You want to talk
when you have
serious?
all that great success like that, I mean, it has to bring out some bad sides in a person.
Oh, yeah.
Did you, one of them's supposed to be that you will just, snap your fingers and watch people jump for the fun of it. And
No,
did you ever catch yourself doing that?
I don't think
just
that's
to remind
true.
yourself that you're powerful. And they say everybody does that when they get great success early.
I think that you'll find, not unlike Joe Mankiewicz, you'll find that the dialogue of that nature that you hear about people who are maligned unfairly and unjustifiably, it usually comes from incompetence. And it usually comes from people who think they've been told to jump, when they were in fact not even invited in the room. You'll never hear it from heavyweights.
Yeah.
You'll never hear negative things from important people. You'll only hear productive things and constructive things. There isn't anybody I can rap, or will I rap, at any time, about anything. I may disagree, I may have another opinion, but I respect the fact that they have the right to that opinion. And I haven't got the time to be negative. That makes you old, and it makes you tired and sick.
You're certainly not that. Do we have a moment to take a look at that bit from the Errand Boy?
Oh, I hope so. I was really looking forward to that, Dick.
Really?
You silly savage.
There are more sides to you? Well, here it is. Let's take a look at this.
Which part is this? I don't even know which part.
Let's see. It's this one.
That Lindbergh sure had guts, didn't he? Right by himself. It's all water.
Anyone for 11? $12 out, please. Let them out.
When you see a scene like we looked at earlier, does the director in you want to remake it ever?
Oh, sure.
Do you?
Yeah, you wish you reshoot it, recut it.
Because of what you've learned in the meantime, or things you didn't do then, or both?
Well, you instinctively say print the moment a take works for you. And I usually prepare very well and do a lot of homework and then rehearse it considerably so that I get that first take. Maximum. Rarely do I go more than 2 takes. But then after the fact, when you look at it years later, you wish you could do it over again. And I guess it's because you have learned, or you could have done something more.
As a director, not as a performer mostly.
As a director,
As a director, yeah.
Well, the performer gets away from you sometimes. Sometimes the petulance of the actor, the childlike needs and tendencies of the actor can overshadow the director's thinking, and you have to split yourself so totally. Very often he can take over, and you don't know what's happening. It's schizophrenia.
Uh-huh. Have you had bad emotional blows in the business? I don't know if you'd rather never talk again about the split up with Dean Martin, but I have a feeling at the time that was quite a
no, that was a marvelous 10 years. That he built me a lovely home in Bel Air. I'm very grateful to him for that. But once a relationship became rusty, we were both wise enough to know that it couldn't continue.
Yeah.
But that's a blow like a man and a woman getting divorced, or a blow like any relationship that was important and then became thinned out, as it were. But that's so long ago. It's like talking about Lindbergh, you know.
Yeah.
I want to talk about now and tomorrow.
Yeah. Think you'll see Martin tomorrow?
He might. If he's with Sid Charisse, I will.
I'll get off that subject, but I mean, if you knew he was at a party and you were invited, would you avoid it just because it's...
No. I would probably be very anxious to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what would happen at the time.
Is there a talk you hope you'll have someday about it all? Have you ever really gotten to thrash it all out?
I really don't think that that's feasible. I don't know that that's something that would happen. Because he's the kind of a guy that would not like to do that. And I'd respect that. And if I saw him tomorrow, it would be just like we never left one another. I would do the first joke that I would think of that would recall something that would make him laugh, I think.
Yeah.
That's like asking a man, what would you do if the house was on fire and your children were screaming, please help me, Daddy? I love the fathers that say, oh, yes, I would go and help them, knowing full well I would die. I think that's a lot of garbage. I think you have to have it happen. And only then. And I would like to think as a father, hopefully, that the good Lord would let me do the right thing. I'd like to save them. But for me to sit here and tell you that's what I would do, that's foolish. I don't know. I'd like to do the right thing, but until it happens, I don't know. You didn't know you were sitting with Norman Vincent Schwartz, right?
It seems funny to say you've had greater success anywhere than you have here because it's been so giant in this country, but it does seem that in Paris you are idolized to an even greater degree than your audiences here, come to see you. You know, they write whole issues of film magazines about you there.
It's a whole different world in Europe.
What is that? In France particularly, I wonder.
Well, it's happened in the Netherlands, it's happened in Spain, Italy, Germany.
I mean, it happens with American jazz artists, it happens with a lot of American entertainers.
My last film in Germany just played 64 weeks first run in the most important theater in Berlin. So that's happening there now. And I think it's only because they don't have the time or the inclination to look at so much that there is to see, such as spectator sports and 18 hours of television a day. I think the American public is somewhat overstuffed, and the excitement of seeing someone that they really like and want to be excited about has been diminished by the fact that their nerve ends have been honed down because there's just so much.
Numbed to entertainment.
I think so.
Yeah.
And in Europe, they only have television. In France, maybe 2 hours a day. And they're still very excitable about things they like and enjoy, and they have the time to examine it. They go to the theater like we will go to possibly an inauguration here. They make it that kind of an evening to go to a movie. Very special. And they're maintaining the cinema. We got the word cinema from them, which gives it tremendous respect and importance. And people that love film go there and they walk away as a technician or as an artist feeling fulfilled and satisfied.
When was it you first played there in person alone? And they
last year, last April.
Carried you through the streets and all of it.
Yeah, last April.
Yeah.
It was really unbelievable. Unbelievable. Something that I would do here for an American audience, as I did the other night closing in Boston. It may take about 2 minutes of a mime piece that I do. In Paris, it ran 7.5 or 8 minutes. The same identical bit.
Just because of the, what, applause? Or you padded it, or you improvised?
They recognized more things in it, and they would draw upon your resources and draw upon your inventiveness to make it a broader piece of mime. And consequently, I would do a show there for 85 or 90 minutes that would run here for 60. And it was all the extensions of their laughter and bravo. Many times they read things into a thing that you've created that isn't really that great. But you can't tell them you're nuts. If they're enjoying it, let them enjoy it.
I'm sorry, we got to take a pause.
I didn't mean any harm.
Oh, we'll be right back.